Hi, Rebecca Shipley with the Fabulous Fern and Olathe Home Decor Company. I'm coming to you with how to decorate a Christmas tree. So we've talked about giving me some suggestions on what you want to see lives on, and I will say the last week I think everyone is putting a tree up and asking me how do we do our ribbon, how much ribbon do you need, and some tips on how to make your tree look fabulous. Yes, to answer your question, go ahead and put your tree up. We're all going to be spending a lot of time at home this season, and if the tree makes you happy and the light does seem to generate a lot of happiness, put it up. And we're going to show you a couple of things. First, I want to talk to you about ornaments. So I did this tree real quick this morning. It took me about 20 minutes. I did video the whole thing, and I'll post another one of a fast forward so you can see how I do it. But the first tip, when you take your tree, I don't even get real carried away with fluffing the tree out. I leave it kind of sparse, and I start with my bigger items. I put the bigger, chunkier ornaments in first. The second thing I do is tuck pieces in. So we're going to talk about balls, y'all. We don't want your balls to dangle. You don't want your balls to dangle. Dangly balls look uncomfortable. So we're going to talk about balls. So we use this ball in the tree. It's a little berry ball. It comes with a string. What I don't want to see anyone's tree, and y'all, if I come over to your home, I will fix it. It's compulsive. So this is not okay. We don't hang ornaments dangly. It's not attractive, and it doesn't look good. This is me showing you that an ornament is hung with a little piece they give you from the factory on the tip of the tree. These berry balls, I like to tuck tightly. So you can kind of see, like right here, I have a berry ball. I didn't use the strap it came with, but I simply take this ball and tuck it into the tree. This way we're filling in those pockets. I tend not to use the very tip of the tree. So this next ball, we're going to talk about, this is just a little cheap plastic ball. Really pretty. I mean, it's inexpensive, not cheap, I should say. So they send you this little ribbon. We are not, ladies, going to hang it out on the tip of the tree. On these, I tend to take the little piece of metal and I poke the greenery through so that I can tuck that up and so it sits back into the tree. Tuck your balls, ladies. Tuck your balls. Okay, so when you have a glass ornament that you don't want to stress this little piece on, the chenille ties are your friend. You can get these in green, although I am out at the moment. And you can take and cut these at different lengths, and this allows you to push your balls back into the tree. Does that cover the balls? Any questions?
Thank God, no.
It's pretty early. Okay, the second thing I love to add to the tree besides big ornaments and tucking are picks. So the picks, you can have, this is a really inexpensive, cheap green 7-foot tree. We class it up and dress it up or make it look a little wintry or flocked simply by adding picks in. So this pick right here, one of the ones I add in, and you just simply tuck. And it fills it out. So I think we use maybe a dozen picks on this. These white pine cones, it's another kind of pick that I used. It has a lot of bang for the buck. Sorry, I know that's loud. Crinkly paper. And I, again, tuck it in. I didn't even use a chenille tie on these because it goes every which direction. And we use these throughout the tree as well. Okay, the most common question I have got this week is, how do you do the ribbon on the tree? Now we've talked about tucking the balls, let's talk about the ribbon. We really frown upon you mummifying your tree. And what I mean by that is when you take the bolt of ribbon and you just go around the tree and around the tree, again, you're sticking that ribbon right on the tip and it looks about as lazy as the non-tucking of the balls. So if you do nothing else, there's several ribbon techniques. I'm going to show you today the most simple anyone can do it ribboning of the tree. It does two things. It makes it look more rich, more stunning, more three-dimensional, and it's less expensive. I'm gonna say that again, it's less expensive. Right now, and I've left 2 spaces so that I can show you how I top a tree and how I do a ribbon on a tree. This won't take 3 bolts of ribbon, and they're all 3 different ribbons, so I give you a little bit of dimension. So, when it comes to picking out what kind of ribbon you want for your tree, you can do any combination you would like. I love to mix color and texture, so I picked these 3 out. Actually, Jen picked them out last night before she went home. I like to mix sizes, or widths I should say, and textures. So we're going to use a gridded red. This is a 6-inch ribbon. It's really fun to play with. A 2.5 gingham. And then this one, this is it feels a lot like a jute, but it's made for an outdoor application, but I really like the pattern. So we're going to do it on the indoor. But I'm just going to show you how easy this is to do. And if you have any questions, Christina is the one behind the camera, so she will ask those as we go. So I am going to I'm going to put a ribbon. I already did 3. We're going to put one here, and then I'm going to show you how to make a ribbon tree topper. So literally, I like to cut on the bias. You can cut straight if that's how you roll. And then, smaller pieces to the top, a little longer at the bottom. These are about 1 yard long. And I'm going to make approximately the same size with each of these and layer them on top of each other. I'm not going to get real carried away with making sure they're the same length. That's not important. Okay. And we haven't used, like I said, it would only take, and we've only done the front half of this tree, it would really only take a bolt each. And let's go through these prices. I'm all thumbs today. $13.99 for 10 yards, $10.99 for 10 yards, and the gridded one is probably the most expensive, but it's huge, $32 for 10 yards. Okay, so 3 strips of ribbon laying on top of each other. Okay, this is where it gets so easy. Take your hands, put them together. I folded basically in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not doing sheets for the laundry. And then I'm going to pinch it. Take your chenille tie, pipe cleaner, if you're from my generation, and twist. You can use a bread tie. It's just that simple. And I left myself 2 little pieces here. This is it. Okay, now I'm going to take it to the area that I want the ribbon, and again, I'm not going to do the very tip. I'm going to do back into the tree, and I'm going to get underneath, and I'm going to twist to secure that head of ribbon. Okay, all right, so now we're going to flip, fluff, and direct your legs. So the 3 middle loops. Up on the little garland here. Ribbon is the last thing I do. Not that I don't leave pockets for it, but it's really the last thing I do on the tree. And you simply direct where you want the ribbon to come through. And maybe on this side I want it to go up or back, or sometimes I attach this piece, like I did on this side. I went upside down with it so I could have the legs going more toward the top. Uh-oh, my ball tucking wasn't done well enough. There we go. Okay. So there is simply how easy it is to do. So we have, right now I have, I think, 4 poofs, and that is all really you need on a slim 7-foot tree if you're only doing the front half. It's in the corner, so I literally only did a half of this tree. So now we're going to talk about a tree topper. Every time I'm at market, I look for exquisite tree toppers. They are very hard to come by. They either look cheap, plasticky, hokey. So I'm a big fan of making my own. And today, I think I set aside a snowflake, and that's kind of the theme we did. These are just metal indoor, outdoor snowflakes. So instead of a star, I'm going to attach this with some bow pieces at the bottom. And again, we're doing the same technique, just a little smaller. So I'm going to take my gridded piece, and I think I'm going to do 2 of each. You see how specific I am at measuring, people? They always ask me, how many inches do you use? I am really willy-nilly at it. And then I'm going to take the black. When you're coming to pick out ribbon and you have a theme on your tree, I've said this before, I look at picking ribbon out like you would an outfit. So would you wear, a scarf with these red pants and this shirt kind of thing? So you just want it all to blend and contrast. Basically how I pick out ribbon for your tree. If you are having a hard time picking ribbon out, we have so much to offer this year in ribbon. It's my favorite thing at the holidays. Bring in a picture of your tree and your theme, and we'll help you pick it out. And I'm not beyond making the bows for you, but I really think these are so simple to make that you all have this under control. You can do it. And being a COVID year, we are open all of our regular hours. We do try to keep the amount of people in here down at one time. And if you see something you like, we have the website connected to this video. And so if there's something specifically in this video that you like, then we will happy to sell it to you online and get that delivered to you or pick up on curbside. Okay, so I think I was going to do just a middle piece. Let's just do that. So that's it. I'm just tying it right here. And nobody wants to see my chenille tie, right? So I will I'll take the black and white and put a little knot on the top of it. Actually, we'll just do a little bow, just to finish it off. This is my easy bow. Just fold it. That is it. I'll take another one of these. Any questions over there, Christina?
I think you already answered the 1 loop bow, which is exactly what you made.
How to make just a simple little bow?
The 1 loop, which you already did. Then I had someone ask me about preserving greenery, but we don't do any
Preserving greenery.
We don't do any real.
I don't do real greenery. I do appreciate it, but it breaks me out so severely that it's very, very difficult for me to decorate with. So I tend to avoid it. Okay. These flakes do have a little piece to tie it with, but I tend to go right for this middle piece. Now I'm going to try to be attached to you with a camera, and a speaker, and up on a ladder. This can't end well, right?
I'll catch you.
So, I am simply trying to get this down here and tuck my snowflake. My balls aren't the only thing I tuck, ladies. Tuck my snowflakes too. Okay. And then I'm going to bring that top piece through and then back, and it just kind of holds it straight up in the air. And then my bow, which I left plenty of these little black chenilles on the back, and that is what I will do to wrap at the base of my snowflake. Okay. So, lights on the tree. So this is another question people ask me, do I get a pre-lit tree? The one I'm playing with today is pre-lit. And next year I'm hoping to sell Christmas trees. I'm hoping to have more space to do such things. But this year I honestly just picked up this cheap little $80 tree yesterday It's pre-lit. I don't usually like pre-lit. They don't store well. The lights break. I generally get unlit and then add my own lights, which we have a beautiful selection of lights this year. I think we are running a bit low.
Yes.
How are we looking? A little crazy. A little crazy. We can tuck our bow pieces too. Alright. It's like my hair in the morning. Okay. We getting there from your angle?
I think so.
Okay, any questions, ladies, about how to do bows? Tuck your bowls.
Oh my gosh.
Most important thing you've learned today? Nothing else? And then chenille ties. You guys, they have these in forest green. They were out this last week. You can get these at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, online. I use these for everything indoor and out. And when I'm doing those ornaments and tucking them in, I consciously think clockwise. Always doing everything clockwise. That way when I go to tear down, it's undo. You know, going back the other direction. If you have a pre-lit tree and you're just getting happy to clip the ornaments out, you could clip your lights. So be careful when you're doing that. Most of the inexpensive ornaments, the little plastic ornaments, you can use that top piece. If you have glass, I do encourage you to use a chenille tie. Okay, that concludes how to do your bows.